How do I avoid liability? What is my best method to avoid liability, and how do I get out of the personal risk? Let's talk about the 5-6 takeaways. Number 1, take good care when making your product. It almost sounds like an old tale, be careful. But if you can show later in court that you have the proper quality control, that you have the proper exit control, that you have methods installed which are state of the art, be it an X-ray system, be it some other imaging system, so that there are no microscopic fractures in the product which could be a problem later on, this will be a good way to get out of jail free. Number 2, look who's your partner in distribution, who's your business partner. Why? The more you can control who your business partner is, the more you know what their method of sales and marketing is. Number 3, is it better to produce in the United States, or is it better to produce anywhere else in the world? And if it comes down to a manufacturing defect, you may have an advantage if your production is in the United States. Why? Because out of a sudden, you have a whole array of not only witnesses available, but also you can convince a jury that you used American standards and that you're not subject to a certain foreign company bias, that you're using a standard unbeknownst to the American people. Number 4, if you see risks, you need to talk about it. Meaning, if you see that there is a product where a kid could cut the finger, label it and make sure that everybody knows about it. To have product liability insurance is relevant. And here's one concern I have. I see with German Mittelstand, I see with German companies that they very often start to think about having a product liability insurance only when they knowingly export products to the United States. However, what we see more and more is an indirect, a tier 2, a tier 3, whatever level of manufacturing, where you are making a product which is then put into another product, and you have no way of knowing whether or not your product is really sold in the United States, or whether your product is just being used in a product for a different market. So it doesn't hurt to have a product liability insurance, even if you do not believe you have any American customer, because your product may travel around. We all know the book, The Diary of a T-shirt, where there's a very colorful description in this book how the T-shirt is shipped around the world a couple of times. So there could be a diary of your little gadget, which is shipped around in different products. And if it ends in the United States market, you may be better off in having a product liability insurance. And of course, talk to your advisors. Make sure that you are safe. Make sure that your labels are right. Make sure that your overall strategy makes sense.